Hey, when you get a tax refund, are you happy or are you mad? Most people are happy when they get a tax refund. With the average tax refund being around $3,000, it's easy to think of ways to spend it, right? That's why you will see a lot of advertising around tax time. And what they're doing is they're targeting ways you can spend your refund. Now, the danger is some people treat a tax refund as really a gift from a rich uncle. And it's really not. It's actually a sign that you're overpaying on your taxes. So think about it. It's your own money. A tax refund means that you are lending money to the government for free without earning any interest. And really, the government, they've been using your money for the entire year, and you only get it back when you file your taxes. So it's your hard-earned money that you could have used for something else. So if the average refund is $3,000, that equals to $250 per month. If you had an extra $250 a month, that could increase your financial flexibility. Receiving a large tax refund all at once, you may be tempted to spend it. So think about it, what you could do with a few $100s per month. You could add to your emergency fund. You could invest it, or you could pay down on debt. So you see, you might be more wise with what to do with extra money each month versus one large lump sum. Now I know it's a nice feeling when you get a refund instead of owing the IRS, but if you get a rather large one, then you may need to do some changes, all right? The idea here would be to break even or get a very small refund. And one way to do this is to adjust your withholdings. And that is done on this little handy-dandy form, the W-4. Filling out this form, that can be a little daunting, but believe it or not, the IRS has made it simple for you by using their withholdings tax calculator. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a link to the calculator for you in the description below. And when you get there, you'll need to have your last pay stub handy to enter some information. So let's take a look at how it works. But before we do, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Once you get to the tax withholding estimator, it looks like this from the IRS. You'll have to enter some information about you, like what tax status you are, single or married, filing jointly, or what have you, and then begin to answer the questions below. Hit next. Then we're going to look at your income. Describe the source of income. Is it salary or an hourly job? Did you work all year? How often are you paid? When was the last pay period on your pay stub? You would enter the information here from that pay stub. What was your wages? And then salary year to date goes here. Then it will look at your annual income and ask you if that looks correct. You would then enter the federal taxes paid for that pay period and then year to date. Check here if any of these apply, as well as here. Were there any adjustments to your income? So you need to fill that out, like student loan interest, alimony, penalty for early withdrawal or savings. Then if none of those apply, just hit next. Do you usually take a standard deduction or do you itemize? So you can click here. This is very important. Look at your tax credits. So if you have children, you want to enter some tax credits here. You'll enter the age of the child, how many children you have, things like that. If none of that applies, just leave it alone, as well as retirement savings, educational, foreign tax credit, things like that. Again, this is very personalized to you. This is just a general explanation of how the tax calculator works. As you can see, a lot of these may or may not apply to you. Once you're finished, just hit next. Then it will give you the results. For this individual, and this is just an example, this is fictitious, we can see the projected refund is $4,009. What's really cool about this is you can adjust those results. if you wanted it to be zero tax refund. For a refund of approximately zero, it tells you what you need to do. So it says how to adjust your withholding. And these recommendations personalize your withholdings to reach your desired refund amount. You'll edit this on the W-4, and essentially on step 3 on the W-4 for this person, and again, this is fictitious, you'll enter a tax credit of $523 because this person was over withholding. So it's important to note before you attempt this, you should seek professional tax advice with your tax advisor to make sure things are on track. So check out this calculator from the IRS, and you should adjust your withholdings whenever you have changes in your life, like getting married, having children, bonuses, or pay increases. But remember, having too much tax withheld means you're giving the government an interest-free loan, while having too little withheld could result in a tax bill and potentially penalties come tax season. So it's best to adjust your withholding to ensure you're having the correct amount withheld.